Hello you guys, it is Brittany here and welcome back to my color guard YouTube channel. If you're watching this video, I'm going to assume you're interested in learning more about this piece of equipment right here. If that is the case, then please keep watching because today we have another fun video for you. Today we're learning the world of parallels. So if that's something you're interested on rifle, then keep watching because we're going to learn that right now. Alright, so the first step in learning how to do a parallel is obviously already be familiar with your rifle. So if this is one of the first tosses you're trying to learn on rifle, I would suggest learning more of your basics first. But if you've already done that, then let's continue on learning how to do this parallel. So parallel can be done in quite a few forms. I'm going to be teaching the standard single and double parallel on rifle, of course, and any other versions you'd like me to cover, please leave suggestions of that in the comment section down below. For now, we're just going to start flat on our shoulder. So in order to get there, you're going to want to turn your rifle to your right side of your body. You're going to want to rotate it so the bolt is facing towards the left side of your body, okay, or in front of you in my case. You want to have your right hand in the neck. You want to have your left hand supporting it in this weird palm up position where your thumb's kind of pointing towards the nose and your fingers are wrapped like so. So left hand is wrapped, right hand is wrapped as well, and you are flat on your right shoulder. If you've done all that so far, you are ready to move on to our next step. Our next step is going to be obviously getting it into the air. So one of the biggest things to know with any kind of parallel is you must maintain this flat plane once you release, as it spins, and as it comes back down to the catch. That's what qualifies it as a parallel motion. So obviously we know our standard vertical tosses, they go flat in front of us, so parallels have to do the exact opposite and stay flat the whole time. Okay, so now that we kind of got that covered, we understand what a parallel should look like, and we know where it starts. You're going to want to think about rotating and releasing a little bit above your head and with your hands kind of in front of you, so you'll twist away from yourself, so the butt should travel away from your head and hit this flat position. Okay, so just a little twist. And with that little twist, if you keep both of your hands even as you release, you should maintain a flat parallel plane. But if you push one hand up as you're releasing, it'll be a 45 and you're more likely to, whack your noggin. So we don't want to do that. So make sure as you release, both of these hands stay flat and they move together. If you move at even a second separately with each of your hands, it will also result in that 45-degree angle and also probably a trip to your head. Okay, so make sure we don't do those things. So we're flat on our shoulder. We know to kind of uncross our arms and rotate flat above our head. We know to keep our hands flat. Those are the three things that you need to know for a parallel. Now all we need to do is release it, which is the scariest part. One thing I always tell my students is that a lot of tosses are mind over matter. So if you're scared, I highly suggest just throwing it away from yourself the first few times so it has no way of hitting you, so you kind of get that fear factor out of your brain, and then you can kind of get back into more of the technique side of things, and it makes your life a whole lot easier, and then you already have a new skill under your belt. One thing I was taught by one of my instructors during drum corps was you can't win the lottery unless you put in a ticket. So when it comes to tossing, you can't catch a toss or learn a new skill unless you release it. So that'll be my advice for parallels and other tosses. To win the lottery, you gotta at least put in a ticket. So we're here, we're going to release. Once it goes above our head and it hits that kind of flat angle in front of us, we're going to release and catch. I'm going to catch flat in front of my face, just like kind of how I released at this point. I kind of mimicked that, except now my left hand is covering the nose and I'm flat, and my right hand is still in the neck, literally in the same position I started. So it's a pretty easy catching point. Now the hardest thing is to just let it rotate right above your head and just let it fall into your hands. You're going to want to catch it up here and kind of sink down below. That has been a thing that's happened to a lot of my students I've taught in the past. The thing is, you just have to literally let it sit on your shoulder, rotate, and fall back onto your shoulder. That's the only way to catch it, unfortunately. But I'll show you kind of from the front what it should look like. So I'm here, I'm flat, I rotate, and I catch in front of me, bolt, sorry, that's not my bolt, that's my strap, strap facing away from me. Okay, so that is how you catch a standard single parallel. Now to venture into the double territory, obviously it is a little bit different. So for a single, we kind of just rotate a little bit above our head. For a double, you're going to venture more into the pretty much straight arm territory, because it takes a lot of energy to kind of push that rifle out, especially if you don't have a lot of arm strength. So I highly suggest releasing kind of full soft, which is the slight elbow bend, or full extension, which is fully straight arms. Okay, so all the same things apply. We start on our shoulder, we still release at this tip forward position, except now our arms are straight. We need a little bit more oomph to get it in the air, so give it a little bit more energy so it can do its full 2 rotations, and it will still fall back into the same position we caught it in for the single. So it should look like this. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you found it even the slightest bit educational, or liked it at all, and you want to learn more tosses, tips, and tricks from me, please consider liking and subscribing to this channel. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, either regarding this skill or any of the other ones posted on my channel, and need more information, then please comment all that below. And if you have any recommendations for any tosses or tricks, please also put those in the comment section down below so I can cover it in a future video. That is all from me today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day and goodbye.